If the director did what he said, which is go down on a computer and type out the notes, those are government records. Now, there is some executive privilege issues here at play, and you would think that the conversations between the president and the FBI director are probably most likely classified. This is different than going to your home diary and jotting down some notes about what you did that day. These are government records. When I had a chance to personally talk with Director Comey, he was very elusive on this point. I asked him specifically about the disposition, where the location was, and he would not talk about it.
And what did that tell you?
It really raised an eyebrow, because I found on the phone when I talked to him, and I didn't have a lot of conversations with him, but a few, he was very open, he was laughing, he was jovial, but on this point, he was silent.
Are you aware that the president retweeted you saying that on Fox and Friends this morning?
No, I didn't.
About 4 hours ago, he tweeted out, Comey went silent when I asked him about his memos, which raised a lot of eyebrows.
Yeah.
He's saying that earlier today.
No, I'm glad he's...
First you heard of that.
Yes, it is the first. I'm glad he's going to Jason in the house. That's good.
You know, I was reading today that had Comey just made notes that paraphrased those conversations more colloquially rather than he said, I said, he said, I, that would also speak to the legality of this issue as well, because it would just be like, you know, I guess a couple of friends kind of talking, as you said, writing in a diary, but this is specifically different.
Well, again, talking directly to the president, you can, in that type of setting, being the FBI director, you don't just get to go off, take all those notes, and then give them to a friend who then gives it to the media with the intention of making that available so that the special prosecutor would be placed.
Or as it's been called, leaking.
Yes, and so it really does. He may have created some real legal problems for himself. You just simply cannot do this.
I disagree completely. I think what he's done is raise the threshold so much with Hillary Clinton, saying that she's essentially not accountable for mishandling classified information and forwarding it to people who shouldn't have access to it. He raised that bar so high that he doesn't even come close to meeting the threat.
Even more so?
He has created coverage for himself with the Hillary Clinton case.
His argument was that Hillary Clinton did not have the cognitive capability to determine what was classified and not classified. The director of the FBI is not going to be able to claim that he doesn't know the difference between classified and unclassified material.
He said it wasn't the cognitive capability. He said she didn't intend to do any harm to the country.
He did intend to get that information
and I agree with you. He wasn't just jotting down some haikus about the cherry blossoms in springtime. You know, this is a guy who was the director of the FBI, recording, documenting conversations that he had with the President of the United States in an official capacity. How is that not government material?
Real quickly, The Hill is also reporting that 4 of the memos had markings, making them clearly contained information classified or secret or confidential.
And remember, though, but it was
markings, because we had that conversation with Hillary Clinton.
Well, again, and Director Comey went up there and said you don't necessarily have to have the markings on them.
But
you
4
should
of them
know.
did.
And even if they did, but let's pretend that they didn't. Again, the FBI director knows the difference.
He can offer classified information. He's one of the people who can absolutely do that. He can reclassify it, and he knows better because he has explained it to us in great detail.
What should happen to him?
Egregious sins. He should be fired again.
I mean, seriously, what should happen to him?
Well, look, as a general premise, you cannot take classified information and release it.
I got it.
If you do, you should have handcuffs on you and should go to jail. That's what should happen to people. Look, we just had a young woman who took classified information, printed it out, and gave it to a reporter. And what did they do? They put her in jail. Now, should that standard be different if you're really high up in the government or you're 20-something-year-old female?
Why is it different?
It's one of the things that drives me crazy.